The Rabbids peak was definitely in the space of the late 2000s to the early 2010s, but surprisingly, there was a Rabbids minigame compilation as recent as 2022. It was put on PS4, Xbox One and Switch. No next-gen ports or PC port though. Also no full trophy list despite the fact this was in 2022, what were they thinking? The odds of this game doing well really were low in my opinion, as minigame compilations just aren't a common thing anymore outside of Mario Party. There's also the fact that Ubisoft just barely marketed this one. Like, I'm a diehard fan of the Rabbids, but I only knew about this thing from 2024 onwards. Yeah, pretty bad. The game overall is quite just not well known or flat out forgotten. Luckily the game is on PlayStation Plus Extra. On Metacritic, the PS4 and Switch ports got 69, but the Xbox One didn't have a review score for some reason. Also, the Xbox port only has 3 reviews instead of 4 like PS4 and Switch. I don't know how that works. But is the game good? To find out, let's dive deep into the controller and play Rabbids Party of Legends. Oh, by the way, vote thing, I'm doing a vote tournament like I said in my last video. This time, the 2 games you can pick from are Yoshi's Island or South Park on PS1. This game has one issue I want to address first and foremost. For some reason, to unlock all the costumes and all the mini-games, you have to grind XP from playing. And then you level up, and then you get all this stuff? Why? Okay, yeah, you can get XP quite quickly, but that's not really the point. You can also use Ubisoft Uplay points on XP. Teacher? Who gives a fuck? At least there's a good variety of costumes. They do kinda blend together though. One plus is the fact that you can actually use the much broader Rabbids introduced in Mario Plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It'd actually be kinda cool if they were a mainstay to the series. Also, one of the costumes is a fox girl. I wonder what Xander from Media Bros thinks of her. Upon opening the game, it asks you for your player count and difficulty. Medium here says it's still a challenge. Okay, let's play a minigame set. You need to do well in the minigames to collect books. Whoever has the most at the end wins. Wait, collect books? Is this Rabbids or fucking Baldi's Basics? Although to be fair, Rabbids are in fact bald. Okay, we got a dance minigame. You need to use both analog sticks together to hit the arrows though for some reason. It's just really awkward and makes no sense. Like if you use just one, it doesn't work. Also, there's a titty twister minigame at the end. Okay. I'ma be for real, normal difficulty is not a challenge at all. Like, I played this game a bit last year, so I did play a bit more than just today's footage. The only way you'll get some difficulty is in the hardest one, and even then, it's really inconsistent. Okay, let's do a 10-minute minigame session. Wait a minute. Why don't they just say how many minigames there are instead? 4 minigames in 10 minutes is kinda stupid. But also the length of these can drastically differ. Like, some are as short as Mario Party minigames, but then there's others that are really long. That dance minigame, that was 2.5 minutes long. For like no reason. I think at most, minigames should be a minute long to be honest. Also, that dance game is a 2v2 minigame, even though the 2v2 aspect adds nothing. This is not the only minigame that does this by the way, it's just really weird in this one specifically. Anyways, the first minigame here is a pillar minigame with awful controls. You need to hold circle down, then quickly drag the analog stick, let go and then repeat the process as quick as possible in a fast pace. That way you get the pillar out before anyone else. I won, but I feel like I lost as I did get this minigame. Next is a tag game where you need to tag someone without a scorpion eating your ass out like you're Diane Foxington on a Friday night to lose the scorpion, because losing the scorpion stops you from losing points. It works and it is fun, but for some reason there's no collision when you dash into another Rabbid. You just phase through them like a ghost. Also, why is this a minute and a half long? 60 seconds is more than enough. Erlang commands always Shy Guy says, but a lot more complicated as he has more tricks he can throw. For example, he can have 4 arrows in 4 directions, and these arrows can be different from the direction he points in. The goal is to follow the arrow, not the way he's pointing. For some reason your score doesn't show up, and there's also a 5th player who's dressed like a dog who joins in but adds absolutely nothing. Like, you're not going to be focusing on him, so he just doesn't even work as a distraction. Like, I don't know what he adds in the slightest, man. The last minigame I was given in this set is basically Wompathon from Mario Party DS, but with giant hands falling, and you can actually knock players in the way so that they get injured. It's a far more aggressive minigame as a result, and it works really well. Also, dead players can mess around with the inside players still. They're not just sitting there with a controller down wondering why they came over to your house. Nightmare Mode's AI is a bit better, but still really inconsistent, kinda like how Kung Fu Panda Showdown of Legendary Legends was, with that maximum difficulty. Let's now look at the campaign mode. Oh yeah, there's a campaign. The story is I don't care, and now you have to collect books again, yay! You get a bit of story to go with each minigame, but again, I don't care about the story. Oh wait, the story description lists 4 characters, but they're not the ones that you're playing as. And by you're playing as, I mean you and the AI players. The first minigame here is bumper balls, but the controls are sluggish, turning is super slow, and one bounce will launch you halfway across the map. It feels like you have no control over anything. Next is an actually good minigame. You're sat on a slingshot like an Angry Bird, aka Red should be in Sonic Cross Worlds, as a free character, Sega, you own him. You need to press a button as late as possible before the timer hits 0 for points. There's 5 rounds, no complaints, it's pretty good. I love the detail that if you fail, your rabbit just falls to the floor. There is actually a variant to this minigame where the timers can be quite different, and it actually makes the minigame being longer work, but also there's a rabbit that farts which covers the timer. That way you don't know how long it is till it hits 0. That way you don't know how long it is until the timer hits 0. It's just a lot more fun and chaotic. I love it so much. The gameplay, not the rabbit farting. I'm not into rabbit. Next is a minigame type exclusive to the campaign, a Dungeons and Dragons like game where you're given a problem and 3 solutions where you choose how to solve it depending on what wheel you want to spin. Oh, also you can quote unquote sabotage other players by knocking them into different wheel queues. I mean, it's meant to be a strategy, but it really doesn't affect anything whatsoever. Next is a 2v2 minigame where one player throws chili peppers to you and throws rocks at the opponent's side, and you have to try to eat them. The peppers, not the rocks. I don't think Dwayne would appreciate that very much. Pillar minigame again. Still sucks. Next. Dance minigame again. Still fine. Next. Draw the shape to get points, but with really inconsistent recognition. Sometimes I'd get it a little off and it was perfect, but sometimes I'd get it way off and it was perfect, but then I'd get some a little off and then it'd get even worse ranks, like just not great ones. It's kind of fun, but yeah, it's really inconsistent. I mean, it's kind of fun, but the inconsistent grading really brings it down. Next is another D&D game with a spin wheel. Who needs D20s? I've got a wheel. Shoot at books. It's simple, but it works. I got this Rabid Bowser wannabe, or as the game calls him, Rabid Red Boy. That's like calling someone on the street white blonde man because they're a white blonde man. Like, I'm pretty sure that the person who wrote this would just see someone and be like, hey, tubby ginger boy. Next we get a reskin of the Ice Cream on Ice minigame from Rayman Rabbids 2, even having the same map structure. Okay. Next we got a reskin of another Rayman Rabbids 2 minigame. The one where you have to balance a ton of stuff to feed a single person, even having the same map structure, okay. A third wheel game, okay. Arrow minigame, okay, can we have something else? There's one more minigame of this freaking act to the campaign. Please let it be something new. It's the hand game again. All jokes aside, I did enjoy Rabbids Party of Legends. The thing is, it's just not as good as other games in the series, and it's not even by a little, it's by quite a noticeable amount. I do like this game, it's just, like I said, weaker than what we've seen before, so like, I'd rather just play the Nintendo Wii games. If you're on Switch specifically though, there's free Mario parties, man, just play one of those. I mean, I hear Super Mario Party isn't very good, but like, it's still there. I mean, just play Superstars instead, that one's good, I've played that one. Also, if you're looking to buy the game digital, it's $40. In the UK, £33 when usually games for $40 are $35. But like, $40 for this? I do think the theme of ancient Chinese mythology is cool, but I think it's just too niche to have a wide appeal, like, say for example, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 had with the holiday and travel theme, time travel in the time travel game, and of course TV Party having a TV theme, where TV killed the radio star. There was also Rabbids Land on the Wii U, which had a really cool gimmick where all the minigames were asymmetrical, with one player controlling the gamepad and the others using the Wii remotes. Party of Legends, I think at least, should have had a mashup of various forms of mythology. Like, you could have had Chinese mythology, as well as North? I think this game just should have merged a few different mythologies together. Like, yeah, we have Chinese mythology, but what about Norse, Egyptian, Greek? Maybe even some niche ones out there. Hell, the PlayStation port could have even had Kratos Rabbids, like, come on. I should also mention the Rabbids just feel a lot less wacky here, they feel a lot more subdued in comparison to other titles. If you really want to try it and you have got PS Plus Extra, I recommend picking up a controller and playing Rabbids Party of Legends. I just think, don't pay full price for it. If you see it on deal for like, I don't know, £10 or whatever, or like 10 to maybe $15, then yeah, sure, if you really want to play it, go ahead, but at that point, just pick up the Wii games for like dirt cheap